These are the contents which we will discuss today. There are a few. We'll go make a basic understanding what SVG is all about, and we give a basic idea what we can do from different script and using different CSS properties, how SVG can be used as a tools, and we can do more with the SVG. So these are the contents we will discuss one by one in the details. So I will go into the details in the slide one, which is introduction to SVG. What exactly SVG is. So here I will mainly discuss about the basic idea, what is the definition, what SVG is all about. So in our school days, we learn about in physics, like, there's quantities having two types, physical quantities, there's scalar and vector. And vector quantity have both physical magnitude and direction. So that same concept we are using here. In SVG, mostly it's a scalable vector graphics where we used mathematical calculation, and to make it more appropriate, we can use lots of things and we can work more on that. And this is basically a vector based graphics. This is having a XML format, and every attributes we can animate in that SVG. So going to the next slide. So we'll go to the brief history for SVG, how it started, how it evolved, and now what is the use of SVG, how it is evolved from the initial days to now. So in 1999, as we see in the slide, that from W3C it is started, which is also responsible for HTML and CSS. They started SVG, and in 1919, in 2001, there's SVG is getting more, popularity in 1.1. They called it 1.1 in 2001. So where they manipulate some script data and animate SVG using different JavaScript codes and different properties. And in 2010, it comes in a mainstream when major browser like Chrome, Firefox, they are also they are also they are also they are also accessible to the SVG. I mean, these are also this is the main turning point when SVG is using every browser, is compatible for every browser. Now, as we can see, the present day, it is everywhere. I mean, it is used in different data visualization, digital art, and most of the things we can see in everywhere. We can see SVG is there, so it is omnipresent. So this is all about the brief history. We can go to the next slide. That is importance. What is the main importance of SVG in today's web design and development? So there are lots of actually advantage and importance in modern design, but here I'm only discussing about the three. That is scalability, interactivity, and accessibility. Scalability is like, scalability is like SVG having a resolution independent, where there's wherever the screen is mobile screen or a laptop screen, the image never get losing its clarity or sharpness. That is the main advantage of using SVG. And second, I will talk about scriptable. So here we can use different kinds of JavaScripts, and we can make it more different animations using SML, using JavaScript, using CSS, that for the better interactivity. And the third one is accessibility. It is very accessible to every user. Uh, it is also improve the accessibility of and SEO of different web pages. Post that, I will go to the what is why there's a difference between SVG and the raster graphics. So as we see the image format, like, there's SVG and there's second the other format is the raster images. So here we can see raster images having three, I mean, different examples like JPG, PNG, GIF, and where SVG is where we can see it's a vector based. So in a raster image, we can see it's more like a bitmap image where we can have different pixels. That is, we can see clearly here, like, so when an image is as it's little bit extended or little bit zoomed, then there is a blurredness here. but here the clarity is maintained. So that is the main difference why we are using SVG compared to raster image. So going to further in the details, we are diving to the details. So what exactly it is, how we can differentiate raster image and the SVG. Here you can see it as a bird where it is zoomed. So here you can see that the zoomed image is not blurred, its clarity is there. Here you can see clearly there is a blurriness in the image. So these are the few difference which make it this image like clarity and it's a blurriness. So it's mostly a vector based image SVG. So and there is some we can scale it is totally scalable. So we can scale this image as per our need. The image size is very small compared to the raster images, and these are mainly basically usable for graphics and icons. And on the other side, there is BMP images like JPG, PNG, GIF. So they have larger file size. They have pixel based, not as vector based. So these are the few differences which we can see that makes SVG a more compatible to as per our need. Third one is use case where we use actually these things. So as you can see in the left side raster images and right side on the SVG. So where in the photorealistic graphics we can use a raster images, web graphics like banners, buttons, background images, even the print media we can use raster images. And the raster images based we do editing using Adobe Photoshop. And on the other side, SVG having using mostly on icons and logos, infographics, data visualization like charts, infographics, like maps, and the main advantage of the there's all there everything is main only. So there are a few things which is very make it very crisp for as a developer. So as we know, we do a design as for a web design, whatever we design, it should be responsive. So for a for a responsive design, SVG is having a upper hand comparatively to JPG. So these are the few use case. We can use these things where we can use this SVG in Rust. Next is what are the advantages of SVG? So there are few advantages where I already discussed about the four. There's first one is expandability, where SVG is, as we know, it's a vector based where the size of the image is very low, very less also. The clarity is not losing, and the performance for us as a user is comparatively it's a small size, so it's more performance is better than compared to raster images, and we can do lots of designing styling, which I will show a couple of examples later point in this session only, that how we can do CSS styling in the using SVG. And the third one is interactivity and animation, where we can use different script and JavaScript we can use and make it more interactive. The fourth one is accessibility, and this is more accessible for the users for as compared to the raster images. Moving to the next slide, how web design and development. So these are the four tags actually which I used as SVG. We can use for these four tags. Give me a moment. So I'll have. These are the four tags which we used in SVG, and that makes SVG more comfortable with the this tags which can used and make it more interactive. I'll show the example one by one. Now only this tags which I can use, how it can be used, and what is the main use of this tags. So here you can see I am going for the first G tag. So these are the codes I already written here. So I'll just show you the uh, examples here. So as you can see, there's a G tag where we can have a circular rectangle together here. And going to the output, here you can see two figures. So I can better increase the size of the radius of the circle. So this is more a grouping kind of thing. So where we can G tag is used for the grouping thing. So where we group two element Like you can see, I will show you the another examples like so here you can see there's like there's a two circle and rectangle. It is grouped by G tag, and here circle is individual as it is. So here you can see the two shapes are grouped here, and one shape is individually here. So G tag is only used as group tag, which I just showed you. Moving to the next tag, that is use tag. Use tag is mainly used for here you can see use tag. Okay. So where we give a circle a ID of my circle, which we use for this ID only for the letter two circles, which we can reuse actually. So it is mainly used for reuse the element where the same document in the same document we use it. Going to the next example, next tag, that is def tag. That is mostly a definition tag. So this tag is mainly used for making a container actually. So this you can see I use as definition gradient. So even in the SVG we can do lots of gradient things. You can see in this examples. So here you can see def tag and make a container where both these things are inside this figure. And the next one is symbol tag. It is mainly used for reusable symbols, like whatever we used, we can use the symbols and making different things like circle. Inside that circle there is a letter also. So these tags are mainly used for our SVG. And going to the slides, so these are the few tags which we used for SVG. And moving to the next slide, and what our SVG is used as a data visualization. So there are a few application and tools which we used for this data visualization like Power BI and all, but we can do different things with SVG only, like making charts and graphs. As you can see, I give the examples here. These charts are made by SVG only, and the maps where we can use SVG as make a maps and world map where we can give different datas and it can be made using D3, and interactive data visualization where we can use JavaScript, and there are lots of animation we can do, lots of things which can be explored, and the data dashboard things and which we can make from SVG where different kind of graphical elements we can make it. Moving, so these are the very few examples which I am discussing here. There are lots of things which we can do with SVG. Going to the further, so these are the basic shapes. I'm giving only three examples here. There are few examples which we can make using SVG, like rectangle, circle, polygon. Going to the example, actually, it's better to give the example mm, to how to make it using SVG. Let's say for rectangle. So there, here you can see it's like basic rectangle which have length and breadth, and here is a rounded corners with the rounded corners. So you can see both the rectangle with the corners, with the rounded corners and the pointed corners. So here we can see like in the fill orange, what is fill? Fill is mostly a background color. Let's say for if we change the fill color to anything red, and border stroke is mostly a border color to blue. So you can see here. So you can see the changes here. So these are the basic things which we have to, know what exactly, what property, what they do, and how to change these things like fill, like strokes. Moving to the next example, how to make a circle, let's say for here. You can see a circle here, right? So it's a background that we already discussed, fill blue, and stroke is black. So the output is as a circle you can make easily with SVG. Even the polygon also you can make, that three example which I showed in the presentation, which we can do, make it very easily using SVG. It's a basic uh, geometrical figure which we are making. It's more a mathematical calculation actually, which we are doing, giving the coordinates to each other and having a view box there. And post that, I will go to the presentation actually. Mm. After that, how to make it interactive animated SPG. These are the three things usually I took as HTML and JavaScript and CSS. These are the three things which we can make a different animation like using JavaScript. So SMIL is mainly a synchronized multimedia integration. So I'll go one by one with the examples actually. So let's say for here, here you can see I am using few animation attributes which I'm giving the time frame from 50 to 150. So I will, let's say for this one, if I will do it, what exactly the output is. So here you can see that the circle is going from the initial position to the final position, where we can use only SPG, nothing fancy is here. So that is there. So how we can use SMIL for using SMIL and make it using SPG. Post that. I will go to the JavaScript part, how to make it more interactive using JavaScript. I'm using very basic thing here. So giving us, I already wrote the code here for the JavaScript, as you can see. Uh, a circle is going from the initial position to the final position, as you can see the code, and there are two buttons which I would use. Uh, let me save this here. So here you can see there's two buttons, start and stop. Whenever I click in the start, then this ball will be moving. When I will stop it, then it will stop. When I will start again, then stop. So, and if I'm having a start button only, it will start from the initial point. So from this, we can do lots of things in the JavaScript using JavaScript. It's a basic example which I'm giving here. And post that, I will go to the uh, CSS part where I'm giving few things which how I can change and make it more interactive. Here you can see that SVG rectangle is a class I'm using. Uh, uh, mm, that class is already defined here, SVG circle and SVG rectangle here. Suppose that you can see here the blue background and the red background, how we can change different things as we can see here. For the, let's say for fill, I will need a black gray color. So make it gray. And if I want a black in the, so there are few things. These things are we can use different kind of like CSS, even inline CSS also we can use to change these things. These are the basic shapes which I given for the examples. And few things I want to tell regarding the SPG, which is more important. And as after CSS, I can show a couple of examples where I have how raster images is embedded in the SVG. As you can see here, there is a PNG image which I am putting here. So I will show there is a SVG inside that image tag is there. So that is more a raster image. So here you can see inside the SVG there is an image which is PNG actually. So this we can do using SVG using different raster image also it can embed in the SVG. And there are a few things I want to how to override the for the development side, how to override the color. Let's say for here, um, this node. So here you can see this fill is as I saw in the previous example, fill is like background color. Here I put a fill as a background current color and button there's a circle inside the button actually. We are giving style to is this. So it is fill is a current color which is overridden by the button color with button color style, which we can see here. As you can see, the circle color is red because but we didn't give any color to the background color to the circle. So it is overridden by the current color and where we can give the parent to a red color. So this kind of manipulation also we can do using SPG. And last but not the least, how HTML tag we can use HTML we can use rendering in the SVG normal HTML. How we can use HTML. So there's a foreign object tag which we used for HTML here. You can see here. So that gave us space where HTML is put. So as you can see, there's div normal div s2 tag, p tag, and the list items. These are the few HTML tags which are using inside the SPG, which you can see here, like HTML content. This is paragraph inside the list items here. So these are the few things which we can do lots of things regarding, compared to um, raster images, which is less manipulative. That is more a bit space, like pixel things. Where here we can do lots of mathematical calculation and change the whatever change we want as per our need. And one more thing is important is a view box. So here, as you can see that I will show you. Let's say for this example. So actually, ViewBox is the main advantage of SPG, where you can see like the where we provide the coordinate to the system actually, where you can see ViewBox is 0, 0, 100, 100, where for a circle we are using a 100, like 50, 50, like it's giving a from 100 it is like 0.5. We are giving the idea to like how much we can use as a coordinate. We are defining the coordinate for the circle. Let's say for here, as you can see, as we change. Uh, you can say it's like uh, here, right? So this from giving a coordinate here, which I can show, which I already saw in the codes as 0, 0. This is mostly XY coordinate, and from 100 it is taking like 50 and 50 from 100. So that is there. So it is mainly a mean, x, mean, y, and width and height. That is not a width. Width is mostly, he's we are taking the percentage like from here how much coordinate we are giving to them, and pose that we are using to that xy coordinate that we can get. These are the few things which as PG we can manipulate different things which we can use different kind of stuff which make it more web as a interactive. And these are the basic example which I took, and we can do lots of things with SVG using different using paths, different colors. We can feel as I have one example. Uh, yeah, I already showed a couple of examples which we can do lots of things. So So these are the things which we can use for animation parts. I showed a basic example which we can dive more, which we can learn more, which we can go more deeper, and then we can know that what can we can do as SVG. There are few things like uh, there's a D3, there's different tools which we can use for data visualization that we can do using SVG only. So that is a most there are few things which can be explored, which is I think I can say it is very less explored topic, which we can go more and dive into more these things. So we can learn more about these things, what exactly SVG can do, and the power of the SVG, what they can we can do using SVG.